I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true.
Welcome back to In Plain Sight. This particular video is not going to be one of those where I'm going to be grinning a whole lot. I'm sure I'll find something that might make me smirk. But based on what I've seen already, this ain't going to be one of those. Contrary to what you might see on the screen with the young man right now giving a smirk, well, we'll find out soon enough that the smirk is just an attempt to cover something a little bit worse. Let's go.
Oh, dude. I'm really sorry for what you're about to see.
They're gonna have to call a hazmat crew.
1, 2. There's 2 here.
Yeah, 1, 2.
When a foul odor begins to fill a family home, residents inspect their garage, only to find a scene of unimaginable horror. The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On November 15, 2024, in Battleground, Washington, a police sergeant arrives responding to an animal cruelty report from a man named Zeus.
Why always here? Why here? What?
Who says he forced entry into their locked garage after his grandfather noticed a foul smell. Inside, he found several deceased dogs. He claims they belong to his cousin, 35-year-old Andre Twilliger, who left several days ago. Zeus shares with the officer a few chilling observations that offer only a glimpse into the nightmare he'll soon see for himself.
I just see the
You can smell it from out here, dude.
sitting on top of the rotting carcasses, and then sitting in like the rib cage of,
Yeah.
I don't know, like forced to eat their puppies. But I looked over and I see the grave, so he knew that they were in there just
That they were dying.
posing and didn't do about it. And it looks like there's already I'd imagine that's a grave right there.
Okay, I don't know if anything is actually in there or if he was just prepping.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
An animal control officer arrives to join the sergeant in examining the garage, but first learns that not all of the dogs inside have perished.
That's even worse. I'm not like a super animal kind of guy. I got my 2 and I love them to death, I know, but I'm not wasting like 5-6K on no dog or cat to keep them alive. That's just not gonna be me. Sorry. Yes, I won't want to part with them if I have the option. But I'm not to the level that most dog owners might be, where they are like kids. No. But I'm also not so far removed from my affections for them that I wouldn't know that my dog is going through something hellacious and not do something about it. This is if what he just suggested might have happened, which is feeding dogs to the dog, you got to be a special mental case for that to happen, bro. Something wrong with you.
Well, there are 4 alive dogs, 2 puppies right here in the front door. I brought them in last night and gave them some food and water.
Okay.
2 alive big dogs. They seem pretty friendly. They got a little aggressive when I went in there to feed them. But
So did he just leave like yesterday or something?
my grandpa said he hasn't seen them for 2 or 3 days. So that's when he asked me to go in there last night. I mean, there's graves on the side of the house, so we knew the dogs were dead and just rotting in there.
It doesn't look like anything is in the grave, but it looks like he dug in preparation for one of them dying. The grave looks empty, but since the rain has fallen, it's kind of corroded in there.
Horrific in there.
Yeah.
They locked me out of the garage. No one could get in there.
So how many dogs did he have that you're aware of? 4?
I only knew of 2 dogs, his 2 friendly dogs, but me and him, we don't talk really. He's
Okay, fair enough.
he kind of just pops in here and causes a bunch of trouble and then leaves.
See, that's why not all family is welcomed family. Y'all might hate me for that statement, but no. Not all family is welcome family. There's just some you have to cut ties with because that ain't working out, partner. You and I are not compatible in any way, shape, form, fashion at all. And as long as you are the way you are, my peace is what I need. I don't need chaos. We got to be separate.
But there's a lot of dead dogs in there, and I don't know how many.
The sergeant and animal control officer each put on a gas mask and gloves before heading inside the
Oh
garage.
boy.
Absolutely. This is honestly worse than I thought it was going to be.
I don't know how you'd clean this out.
I don't know. Looked like something sparked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful. I got an extinguisher if we need one. Just let me know. I think it was that cord. It must have a short in it.
Yeah.
If I know anything about electrical, and I know a little bit, a wee bit, if there is any moisture at all in there, and it looks like there's a fridge and anything plugged in, there's a chance that there could be a short, but the short could also lead to a bulge in the end of the cord or even in the center, where even a little bit of a touch not only causes a spark, but causes a pop. And sometimes that pop comes with a little bit of a spark, and that spark can cause a whole lot more issues. I had this happen only one time to me in an extension cord, and it just had a kink in it one spot. And over time, I kept hearing that. It was frying the end of the cord. I just couldn't find where until I found where. So it can happen really quickly, and it can also happen very slowly over time.
God have mercy.
Reports note that the garage is filled with trash and that the floor is covered in animal feces and urine.
Yep, liquid.
The filth and debris obscures the full scope of the horror, making it a challenge to locate and count the dead.
They're going to have to call a hazmat crew.
A detective will return later, uncovering the grim truth of exactly how many dogs lay buried in the debris. For now, the sergeant heads inside to speak with Zeus and Andre's grandfather, as well as locate the living dogs.
Oh, yeah. These are new puppies.
I would have told you got to change them shoes. You ain't. Y'all might not be thinking about it, but no. Nope. I'll talk to you outside. We good. We don't need to come. If you're coming in though, them shoes, you're not trying outside. Unless you put on sleeves before you went in, which I didn't see. But if you didn't, you're not coming in my house. Arrest me, but I'm not letting you in my house. Nope.
Little puppies.
Oh my goodness. Poor guy.
And then the two big adult dogs are in the laundry room.
So these guys were in the crate with the dog that's dead, and
there was a cage that looked like this out there, and that's where we found them. It was a little bigger, but it was just full of dead puppies.
I didn't get that.
But I guess in their defense, the house isn't that clean anyway, so I guess it wouldn't matter.
But, I didn't see dead puppies. Did you see dead puppies?
Big dogs, not dead
I saw
puppies.
dead dogs. So what can you tell me about the dogs with Andre?
Well, he showed up here a few months ago with a couple of dogs. One of them ended up having puppies, and he'd be in and out. And I never questioned it because my oldest grandson.
He further explains that he was unaware the animals had expired, likely a while ago, because he hadn't been in the garage himself for months.
He's unemployed. He doesn't do anything at all except stay at the house.
I don't
And
know
there's a
where
bag
it's at.
full
He's
of
here.
dog food right here that wasn't using to feed the dogs.
Yeah, normally he took care of them, and I never questioned it because I'd always ask him, everything okay? How's the dog? They're all fine. And then come to find out they're not. And that's because my grandson there and his girlfriend went out to take care of him and found all this problem.
Yeah.
So, because I was, what's the old adage? I had my head buried in the friggin' sand.
Not judging you.
Oh, I know. It's just it bothers me because I did not see it.
Yeah.
And I'm usually pretty sharp about what goes on in my house, but trying to be a nice guy and have people stay here.
Yeah.
And go for that and just come out and bite me in the ass.
I get kinda, but to say you didn't know at all, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Gramps. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. Now, if you say you don't want to do nothing about it because you were in fear, that might be something, but you didn't know? Nope.
And I don't know where he's at. Last I heard, he was up north. I don't know whether that's true or not.
With Andre absent from the scene and unable to account for the travesty, they prepare to leave, instructing the family to leave the garage undisturbed for now. The living dogs are taken by the Humane Society for care and treatment. In their report, they note the puppy's fur was covered in soft and liquid feces, and one of the adult dogs was determined to have recently been pregnant and nursing. 4 days later, on November 19th, a detective accompanied by an officer returns for a more thorough examination of the garage. It's during this second search that they make a series of increasingly horrific discoveries, each more gruesome than the last.
I don't know a whole lot about what's going on here, besides you saying there's some dead dogs in there.
So you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, dude. I'm really sorry for what you're about to see.
It's all right, man. Been doing this job long enough. I've definitely seen some other things.
If you're able to, I prefer since you have the gloves.
Sure.
Smart man.
David, one. Go for it.
It'll stay. Lift it off the way.
15, 30.
Doesn't put this dog in a vice and like try to cut it in half. Is that the kind of information you're getting? You see what I'm looking at here? Yeah. It looks like some sort of vice, or the dog got stuck in it because it doesn't.
The dog was likely beaten.
Was there other dogs in here?
Yeah, sounds like there was.
So they probably started eating each other.
The dog closest to the garage door, described as a white and black pit bull, was found decomposing with the rearmost portion of his pelvis and back legs missing.
Damn. That's a look, man.
The detective finishes putting on his protective gear before going inside to examine the rest.
Do you know any history on this guy?
Yeah, it looks like I didn't finish reading it, but in Camas, he had a similar situation happen in Camas.
Though the date is unknown, reports note that the Camas Police Department responded to a call of a deceased pit bull in a plastic tote alongside the road. Using a microchip scanner, they learned its name was Captain, and he belonged to Andre. An investigation concluded the dog had been struck by a vehicle.
You said 4 corpses and some puppies or something like that?
Yeah, so there's going to be, I think they found one in that kennel back there. Or they mentioned one kennel. There's one behind that mattress.
Okay. 5, David. 1.
On the left here.
This one?
Yeah. On the far end of the mattress.
Okay.
You got to have a strong constitution and stomach to do this kind of job, bro. That's why I say cops, EMTs, and these people don't get paid nearly enough, man. I'm sorry, they don't, for what they got to see and witness. Couldn't be me.
Oh, yeah.
A second dog, described as another black and white pit bull, is found beneath the workbench, lying on its side, mostly intact.
1, 2. There's 2 here.
Yeah, 1, 2. 3 right there. And there's a bunch of puppies here. There's at least 3 puppies.
A third and fourth dog were located inside a metal kennel near the fridge, distinguishable from their refuse by their skeletons, which were partially exposed. Another was found near the back of the garage inside a plastic crate, its door blocked by debris. Inside was a cut-open bottle with some dog food, though there was no bowl of water in sight. Their examination concludes with a devastating tally. 5 dogs have perished. Though they took note of and photographed the supposed gravesite, the report makes no mention of whether they found any dogs buried there. Outside, Zeus continues to share more insight into Andre's possible mental state.
He had nothing but free time. He just sat around doing nothing while he was dog food routing in here. There's this like extension cord coming from the attic, which I imagine it leads to a camera, because he was saying that people were spying on him in the attic, so we had to put cameras up there to stop them from spying on him. So I imagine the extension cord probably leads to a camera.
I'm sorry you had to deal with this and see this, man.
I'm just glad I came out here when I did, you know?
Yeah.
At least some of the dogs were saved.
Yeah.
The officer and detective head inside to speak with Andre's grandfather one more time. And before they leave, get a shocking update about Andre.
When was the last time that he was here at the house?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
We stopped by 2 days after the initial report, so Sunday.
And then Terry was telling me that he told him to leave. He told him not to come back.
Why they didn't contact the police is unclear, and his whereabouts after he left were unknown. As for those who met their tragic end inside the garage, a letter written by a forensic veterinarian later explained that due to the state of decomposition, necropsy wouldn't have been able to reveal a definitive cause of death for the animals, attributing their causes of death to a combination of starvation, lack of nutrition, and/or dehydration, and that the dog decomposing by the overhead door was likely cannibalized by the living dogs in an attempt by them to stay alive. In her summary, she writes, "The animals, both living and deceased, suffered immeasurably," and describes their experience as akin to torture. Ultimately, the deceased dogs were taken by the Humane Society for disposal. A warrant to arrest Andre was requested for suspicion of 5 counts of animal cruelty in the first degree and 4 counts of animal cruelty in the second degree. According to a Facebook post from the city of Battleground, Washington, on March 7, 2025, 35-year-old Andre Twilliger was located and taken into custody hours after their initial post for information from the public. It's unclear what charges he faces, if any, at this time. On December 13, 2024, all 4 of the living dogs reportedly gained weight and were determined to have no medical concerns. All 4 were later adopted.
Thank goodness for some good news out of this one. Like I said, I'm not that much of a dog person, but this is crazy, disgusting work. He has to have something mentally wrong with him for him. Something happened, or I'm not to make an excuse, but something wrong with that dude. And time somewhere he needs to be evaluated for this. Because if he's doing this to dogs, he might be doing this to people too. It's a precursor. It's a sign normally. I know that some of you animal lovers out there, this was a hard one. So my apologies, kind of. But please leave your comments about this below. And if you are one of those people that like to adopt dogs, this might be another incentive for you. We look forward to catching you on the next one.
One wrong move turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favorites, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up hype. Everything judged in plain sight.